Welcome to Dr. Mary Travel Best's 5 Steps to Solo Travel Guide, designed for people like you who need extra support traveling the world one at a time. I've been traveling solo since 1972, and you can read about it in the book series 5 Steps to Solo Travel. Please share this podcast with future travelers like yourself, then rate and review it so others can find it and help bring peace to the world one person at a time. In this episode, the FAQ is, I get lost all the time, so how can I travel without getting frustrated and upset? Today's destination is Bremerton, Washington. Today's mistake, mixing up my cities in Washington State. And travel advice, stuck in your planning? Now for the FAQ. I always get lost, so how can I travel without getting frustrated and upset? I want to have fun and not fear making a mistake. And here's the answer. Like you, I get lost all the time. I've got a terrible sense of direction. How bad? Well, if I leave a hotel room, I usually walk the wrong way out the door, which tells me I'm not noticing the direction when I should. What is a sense of direction? According to the dictionary, a sense of direction is knowing one's location and performing wayfinding. It's related to cognitive maps, spatial awareness, and spatial cognition. Given that, I've still traveled around the world solo and can help you deal with this issue. My personal experience is as a teacher. I admit my faults and weaknesses, but don't let them get the best of me. I make the same number of errors, but don't get distracted or upset. I'm going to try to be more self-aware of direction, and in the meantime, you can do the same with me. Today's destination is Bremerton, Washington. I spent my Easter vacation there this year, nearby, and it was beautiful. It was chilly compared to San Diego, but it was sunny, and it felt crisp to be hiking and enjoying the outdoors air. You will likely come from the Seattle airport, about a 90-minute drive, or you can take a ferry. Ferries are popular ways to get around the area. I actually took a fast commuter ferry from Port Orchard to Bremerton, but let's back up a minute here. From SeaTac, the airport, you can take the Kitsap bus to Bremerton. It makes several local stops along the way, but it's frequent. You don't need a reservation from the airport. You just pay the driver and jump on the bus. If you rent a car, consider the traffic you're going to be facing in Seattle and be patient. So either way, look at the maps and the ferry routes as you navigate the area. You'll discover a lot of water, islands, and sound here. That's right, Bremerton sits on the Kitsap Peninsula overlooking the Puget Sound. It's a city with strong links to Seattle, well known for its charming neighborhood restaurants and coffee shops, beautiful parks, and naval museums. You'll find lots to do to pass the time in Bremerton with visitors of all ages to enjoy the city's scenic nature trails and eateries. What are the top 6 things to see in Bremerton? Well, the USS Turner Joy Museum ship should be number 1, and the Puget Sound Navy Museum, another. Other things are the Manette Bridge, the Elahi State Park, and Kitsap Forest Theater, followed by Purple Scent Lavender Farm. I had a great dinner while walking around the downtown area of Bremerton, observing the influence of Quincy Jones and the music scene. I could also see the snow-capped mountains in the distance. It was beautiful and peaceful vision. In the spring, look for lilacs, daffodils, tulips, and of course lavender and other blooming beauties. Now, if you're looking for some off-the-beaten-track places, check out Olala. There is a winery and cidery here. You can see the history of a sanitarium where a murder happened by starvation. You can go clamming here, and with a day license, you can enjoy that. I met Greg Olson, the author of several books and a clamming expert. Another touristy town is Manchester, but you'll miss it if you sneeze. Manchester State Park has some great hikes with military mines, which you can observe, and there are barbecues, shelters, and some great hiking trails here. Now, today's mistake was mixing up my cities in Washington State. I was mixing up my B cities in the Seattle area. I was confused about Bremerton and Bellingham. Now, I've been to both cities, and they are very different. Sometimes you just need to be there in person to get a feel for and understand what the city is all about. You've heard about Bremerton here. Let me know if you want to learn more about Bellingham, and I'll do a podcast about that too. Now for today's travel advice. Are you stuck in your planning? The planning can be just as much fun as the trip itself. Are you stuck in your travel planning? My team is working on a new helpful tool to make your planning more of an adventure and tangible experience instead of a drudge. It'll be a workbook that my daughter Tina and I have been discussing for 2 years. So let us know what you want to see in a workbook for solo travel. You can email me or respond to any connection options in the show notes. So I want to bring meaning to your travels, and please connect with me here.
What's on your travel bucket list? Tell the doctor and her team of women who travel the world seeking the very best. Dr. Travel Best, that is.